Hi, it's Thomas Grønnemark, the throwing coach. Here is my throwing report of the national team match Denmark and Switzerland. There was a lot of interesting throwing stuff here in this game, but before we go on to the game, I'd like to present myself. So I'm a professional throwing coach, been working with a lot of clubs all around the world, been part of 14 titles in international football. I also have an online course for amateur and youth coaches. But let's go on to the numbers of the game Denmark versus Switzerland. And first of all, Denmark, they were really poor with their throw ins in this match. They only had a possession on 33.3% on throw ins under pressure where the players are marked. So that's a really, really low number. So, of course, the team can't be satisfied with that. Then when we look at the positive situations, the good situations, they only came into positive situations in 2 out of 12, so 16.7%. So, all in all, a really bad throwing game by Denmark. If we should look at a highlight, there was one in the 47th minute in the first half. Where they played out and got some fine passes there. So I actually love that. But again, there were a lot of lowlights. But I think the lowlights in this game is that it looked like, first of all, Denmark didn't really have any throw-in tools they could use efficiently. The other thing was also the awareness around how can we create space in many, many different situations. And again, for me, it looked like they weren't really aware of the opponent's defending patterns, like I also call OPD. So the challenge is that a lot of teams, not only in club football but also national teams, they are taking like the traditional set piece approach on throw-ins, where they say we try to do one or two things in each zone. But the challenge is if that's marked, then it's really, really hard to either keep possession, create a chance to score a goal after throw-in situation. So national teams can really improve in this area. And again, possession on 33.3%. That's really low. If you did the same with your feet inside of the pitch, you wouldn't even play professional or even on a national team. And again, some teams are saying, oh, you don't have much time as a national team to do these things. But hey, it's quite simple if you have the knowledge, if you have the basics. For example, I helped the English women's team before the World Cup last summer. Only had like 45 minutes with them and a talk, and they scored on a throw-in in the semi-final at this exact spot where we did some training there. So yes, you can be much better as a national team. So really, really big potential of improvement by the Danish team. Let's go to Switzerland. They had a possession on 60%. And yeah, that's a little bit over average. So that's quite good. You can say one of the reasons why they had 60% possession was because it was also because of Denmark's pressure. And so 5 out of those six possessions they had, that was 6 out of 10. It was like a return pass with good distance, and then they just played the ball back to the central defenders. And of course, nothing against Switzerland there. You can say that, of course, they did that, and of course, that's acceptable. But so, yes, 60% possession is great. Um, but you can also say they weren't really like pressured efficiently by Denmark in that way, and that's also the reason why they have came into 6 out of 10, so 60% good situations. So five of those six were the exact 5 out of 6 good possessions that they had earlier. So again, they had a lot of return pass with good distance. Then they just played back. So yes, fine by Switzerland. They did quite well here. The highlight here was because yeah, even though a return pass with a good distance is great, and one of the many tools you can use in a football game with your throw-ins, then I really like the 92nd minute. They had a direct switch of play directly with the throw-in from that fullback from Switzerland. So quite obvious. Have a really long throw-in, and of course he observed the space there. So I love that a lot. The lowlights, you can say that For me, it seemed a lot like Switzerland were thinking, okay, how can we have a safe possession here? Um, and they had a lot of return pass with good distance and then just played back to the central defenders. And you can say that's a possession, but what I really missed with Switzerland was that they tried to take more risks and exploring spaces further down the pitch. And so, because football is a low scoring sport, and yes, this game ended 0-0, so that also shows it. And sometimes we can easily take a risk further up the pitch in different zones, different spaces, different tools. And so I think that, at least seen from this game, is a thing that Switzerland can improve a lot. But again, this was my throwing report of the game, Denmark Switzerland. If you want to learn more about my throwing coaching in the clubs at the national teams, my online course, or see a lot of my free resources, then you are welcome to go out to throwingacademy.com. You're also welcome to go at my link tree. You can see that on all my social medias like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, um, Instagram, and so I'm even on TikTok too. I'm not dancing there, but it's just throwing related, training related there. But again, thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. Bye bye.